Can't believe I won.
And you still got people out there with double masks and face shields and shit. Look into it.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Look Into It. Tonight, we're going to go deep into conspiracies with the conspiracy king himself, Mr. Sam Tripoli. How you doing, Sam?
I can't believe I just got called the king by the empire, bro.
Dude.
You're the if I'm the king, you're the empire. You're the emperor, brother.
Well, thank you, dude.
Sure.
Well, Tinfoil Hack podcast, I mean,
It's doing great.
That's the king of all conspiracy podcasts.
Thank you, brother. I love you. I love you. And listen, dude, I've been singing your praises lately to everybody. I mean, I always, I love you and I sing your praise to anybody that will listen to me. But I've been really singing your praises lately about what a prophet you are, because like you totally nailed like monkeypox and like why they did what they did, how they did it. You know what I'm saying? Like to validate the virus by making it a gay disease validates it. And then I'm like, I was just like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know, man, maybe that's, and then the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, that is 100% what they did with that.
That's how you set up practical jokes. Look at, there's this one video of a guy, it's a prank, a guy on some busy street on a corner. He's running, he's in on the prank, and he's running around the corner. So guys walking towards him just see this guy running frantically around the corner.
I love that video.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
and then a raptor comes out of nowhere, right? Why do you think that was important? That guy running around?
Because it establishes drama, right? It establishes that something's happening.
Yes, but more specifically, they're targeting someone specifically because there's got to be someone on the side going now, and then he runs around the corner, right? There's got to be someone coming, so there's a victim. And initially, when it's not like if the guy would have ran around the corner and ran straight to the victim and said, "Hey, there's a dinosaur chasing me," that wouldn't have worked. He had to make it so that the victim witnessed some guy running and it had nothing to do with them. So he bought it. As soon as he saw it, he bought it, right?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
That's how they do it.
100%. And that's what they do with movies too, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with movies.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big practical joker, and that's a big part of it. You have to sell it. You have to make them believe it by not making them part of it at all. They're just, why would they doubt it? They have nothing to do with it. So you establish that, and then boom, you turn it on them, and then they believe it instantly. So that's what is going on with monkeypox, in my opinion. I don't know.
I totally agree, dude. I watch a lot of prank videos, and women's prank videos versus men's prank videos are so hilarious. Because women prank videos are all like, I'm a hot chick. Let me see if I can get these random guys have threesomes with me. And it's like, it always happens, right? It's not prank if 100% of the people decide to do it. They're like, hey guys, you want to have a threesome? They're like, what? They're naked already, right? That's not, guys pranks are always, hey, I'm going to go this bad area. Let's see if I can not get shot, right? That's every time. It's like, let me go piss off these gangbangers. Every time it's like they're almost going to die. It's very weird how men and women prank videos are completely different all the time.
It's so easy to get, guys. Like in that TV show Cheaters. Alex Stein used to be one of the producers of Cheaters. Remember that show? Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah. When he was on my podcast, I went through his whole backstory, and he was one of the producers, like late in the show, like the 10th season he came on. But
was it BS or AS? That's before the stabbing or after the stabbing?
After the stabbing. He said the stabbing. I think because I asked him the same thing. I think he said the stabbing was like right in the beginning. That's what launched the show.
Okay, dude, that's wanting it. That's sacrilege.
Yeah. And cheaters, come on, man. That's an easy one, man. They could have went on forever with that shit, right?
Yeah, right.
If a woman thinks her husband is cheating, he probably is. That's an easy one. You just follow him around, and you could set up a dude. All you got to do is just get some undercover chick, hot chick. It works. It's so easy. That show's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. And it's not, I mean, well, dude, look at, a great example. You know what's so funny, Eddie, is like, you know what the political version of cheaters is? Project Veritas fucking videos, right?
Yeah,
That's basically what it is, right? They send the smoke show in to talk to these nerds, and these nerds give away all the secrets, bro. And
are they always chicks? It's always chicks that get them. It's not dudes?
Always, dude. It's always chicks.
Or a
I'm
gay
pretty
dude.
Sure it's always chicks.
Or a gay dude on a gay dude, right?
A gay dude on a gay dude, dude.
Hell yeah.
They're just sending in like top shelf twinks in there, top shelf.
Yeah, it's crazy how much worldwide propaganda has been caught on Project Veritas. I mean, the fact that they caught a CNN producer saying that, once COVID's done, we're going to hit climate hard. That's going to be the new COVID. And it's on video. A CNN producer busted, undercover video.
New story comes up, they're going to latch onto it. They've already announced inner office that once the public will be open to it, we're going to start focusing mainly on climate, climate like global warming, and like that's going to be our next I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be our focus. Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
What does that look like?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's just going to be like constantly showing videos of like decline in ice and weather warming up and like the effects it's having on the economy and really talking.
Who decides that?
Head of the network,
Who's that? Is that Zucker?
Zucker, yeah. I imagine that he's got his council and they've all discussed where they think.
So that's like the next
pandemic story that will beat to death, but that one's got longevity. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a definitive ending to the pandemic, or it'll taper off to a point that it's not a problem anymore. Probably think it's going to take years, so they'll probably be able to milk that for quite a bit.
So, climate change overload.
Be prepared. It's coming. Stories right now, we had an inside track right now where 2 stories are going to be pushed. Climate change is going to be the next COVID thing to see. We're gonna hone it.
Focus on it.
I love it.
You would think that would be the end of the climate change push. You would think that they would go, "Oh, you fucking blew it. Now we got to think of something else." But they just keep going. They just fuck it. They just fucking pedal to the metal.
Would rather be right than do right, bro. That's what I've learned as I started this conspiracy thing. People would rather be right than do right. And the right thing to do is admit you were wrong. But unfortunately, everybody's emotionally invested in their narrative and they refuse because their ego won't let them. So that's what we get into. And that you still have people with blue check marks on Twitter talking about what a great job Joe Biden's doing. And it's unbelievable. And when I had a guy on my show, Jeff Hilliard, who was talking about his friend who was an escort, used to party with Hunter Biden, and said halfway through my father's first term that he's going to step down and Camel Toe Harris is going to step in and be president. And this was during the election. It wasn't after he was elected. This was before the election. And now we see it starting to happen in real time, man. And it's just how do you not realize that this is all a setup? and everything is just scripted theater, and where our leaders are just thespians. That's all they really are. It's just a pack of thespians trying to run game on us.
Yeah, man. At first, when you hear that, even X-22 was talking about that. Like the reason Kamala's in is because they're going to get rid of Biden. X-22 thought they would get rid of Biden quicker than they're actually doing it, but it looks like they're doing it after all. He was just off on the timeline. But at first, when you hear that, you're like, oh no, is that the plan? Oh shit. But now it's like, I hope that fucking happens. Throw Kamala in there. Doesn't matter. It's a shit show anyways. I mean, Biden is just a complete useless puppet. You might as well throw Kamala in. How much worse can it be? And it would be interesting to see that. It would be interesting to see. I want that to happen. I want Kamala to be president. Let's see what that happens. Let's see some more.
Like in the past, shit. When presidents were garbage, like real garbage, like Ford, like everybody had fun with how bad he was, right? And how like he wasn't smart, he wasn't anything like that. But the thing that sucks about Biden is like there's a group of people that are just trying to convince us he's doing well to the point like Kyle Dunnigan should like be the biggest comedian in the world.
Hi.
My name is.
What?
My name is.
Huh?
My name is.
Rogue Rival. Stop the tape. I need to be changed.
Maybe get another booster.
Get the f*** out of here. I keep getting it.
Sorry.
My thing didn't pass. Then I fell on my ass.
What he's doing should be celebrated everywhere as the funniest things we've ever seen in our life. But because this one group are sticking to this narrative, they won't give him the love that he so deserves. He is doing the best political comedy we've ever seen in my life. Ever seen. It's truth to power. And I love it. He should be celebrated. But nope, he's like, they keep him on YouTube and he gets these huge numbers, but he should be everywhere. And it's like kind of a tragedy because, as much as I hated Trump and all their Trump stuff would just fall flat. Like at first it get really good numbers. Everyone's like, oh, Trump. He's like, oh, so funny, right? The fired guy might be president. But then after a while, it got so obvious that it was like one-sided propaganda that it would all fall flat. There was nothing behind it. But man, if they would let Kyle Dunnigan on like Saturday Night Live, how much would that rock if you could just have that guy just doing all that stuff on that platform? It would save NBC. It would save it.
And not only does he do the most amazing Joe Biden, but he does the best Donald Trump. The best.
As a trans, dude. That's how good it is. He's doing it as a trans, bro.
Yeah. Oh no. Even before trans Trump, before trans Trump, just regular Trump, he'd always be eating popcorn and have popcorn spilling all over him. Dude, regular Trump was great. Trans Trump's like that. That takes it to a whole nother level for sure. But dude, Trump and Biden together, he could do it. He does everybody. He does Caitlyn Jenner. He does. Yeah. Let's see Kyle Dunnigan doing Trump real quick. Is it the one with the popcorn? Yeah. Let's see it real quick.
Hello?
There.
Kim K. I'm at the side door.
Okay, I'll push you in.
The door's closed.
Yeah, you gotta push it.
It's locked.
Yeah, wait until I buzz you. Okay, push it. Why didn't you open it?
There was a weird buzzing noise.
Yeah, that means open the door.
It's locked.
You have to wait until I buzz you. Jesus. Go.
But I just got here.
No, go in the door.
But I can't go in the door. It's a solid.
Holy shit.
No offense, but this would have been a lot funnier if I was in it. Yeah, baby.
Melania, why'd you wear that stupid jacket?
Donald, the jacket said, you don't care really, I do you?
No, it said, I really don't care, do you?
Well, in Slovak language, the subjective pronoun goes first. The jacket said, you don't care really, I do you?
Well, it wasn't written Souflakian or wherever the f*** you're from. Let me be clear, Melania, okay? I don't care about you.
Oh, good. I was worried you didn't care about me.
Yeah, fuck my life.
Hey, Gordy.
Stormy.
I do care about sucking your again. She wants to suck her own again?
Yeah. That's what she said.
Okay, that's good. He's so good.
He's the best, bro.
Oh man, the way you would get away with that on SNL, do Trump first and then Biden second.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. That's how. Who was it? Was it Nikki Glazer? Is that her name, Nikki Glazer?
There's a comic named Nikki Glazer. Yeah.
Yeah, blonde chick. She did a roast. She does roast. She was roasting somebody, and she went after Trump first, and then Biden and a couple of the Dems. So it was perfect. So everyone accepted it.
Yeah, it's very interesting, dude. It's like how like people are still into the two parties, and like if you go after Hillary first, they get quiet. You're totally right. You gotta go after Trump first, and then you go after all of them, which is so weird to me, bro. It's so weird to me.
Nobody's done a DeSantis yet, right?
I think everybody just likes him so much.
Yeah, like how could you? I'm sure Kyle could come up with some good shit.
I think it's interesting, dude. You know who I really like? Like, dude, I'm not really into parties, but this Lake chick, I think that's her name, Carrie Lake.
Carrie Lake
out of like Arizona. I mean, I like it, dude. I love shit talking, bro.
Yeah.
And she talks so much shit, bro. It is the best, dude. And like, you know, again, I'm not into the two parties, but I'm all about that, dude. Just straight shit talking.
Hey, DeSantis just pulled a Trump. He talked mad shit on someone. I can't think of it. It was just like 2 days ago. Do you remember?
I love that politicians are starting to get Def Jam with it, like your mama competitions and shit. Like, throw that midget in the fucking ocean, dude. I love that, bro.
Yeah, man. He did some shit talking on Trump level, you know. So,
imagine running against DeSantis right now in Florida. There's somebody who's trying to unseat him. Like, how do you do that?
You're going to have to mail out a lot of ballots.
All
dude.
the ballots, bro.
Yeah. You got to do a lot. You got to come up with some kind of fucking dick pox in Florida that gets everybody, you know, put it in the Coke. You know what I mean? Put it in the Coke. Their dicks blow up. And then they mail in some ballots. You know what I mean? Can't stand in line.
Everybody gets balloon dick and they can't go vote in person.
No, your dick's too big. Like it blows the dick up so much you can't stand in line with a big blowing out dick. So they have to mail you a ballot or something.
I'm in, bro. I'm all about that.
They got to think of something.
I wouldn't put it past them.
They got, dude, imagine their brainstorming meetings about fucking Florida. They're probably yelling at each other, screaming at each other. Like, how do we get this motherfucker out?
It's weird. Hey, let me ask you something. I know this is your podcast, but I want to interview you for a second. But do you get nervous that we're winning this much? Like where everything that we talked about is coming true to the point you're like, why is this all coming out? Like, is there some like maybe like is there a play where like all the conspiracy stuff comes out to be true and that's a play for them to divide and conquer us more or demoralize us more? It just seems like we're winning on everything. Even Dana, who normally refuses to believe anything I say, was telling me, she's like, you were the first one to tell me that they ship in homeless people and now they just said that they're doing that. So it's like they're starting to wake up, man. Do you get nervous that, like, why is everything coming out as conspiracy theories being true?
It could be that that's what happens when a majority of the people finally open their eyes. It could be that. Or again, it could be, I've said this before, that in order to destroy the system, there has to be, you know, there's two sides, and then one side gets all the dirt on the other side. And since the left is so much more demonic than the right, it'd be a good move to release the dirt on the left. Let's get Epstein, flight logs, let's do all that shit, get it rolling. And then now all the right has the dirt on the left, even though most of the right is demonic too. But they're not equally demonic. The left and the right isn't equal. It isn't like just equal. Like it's impossible that it's equal. All right. The left is like 90% demonic. The good people, they just got caught in a bad system and eventually they'll switch. And then the right was infiltrated a long time ago. I mean, I think that's what George Singer's job was. Come in. Yeah. George Singer's job is go in the right, take over those motherfuckers, blackmail as much motherfuckers, bring in as many rhinos as possible.
Yeah.
Then
the Koch brothers went and they basically funded the Clintons to come in and just annihilate the Democratic Party. And that's where we are right now. It's all Bush death cult. Both sides are Bush death cult.
Yes. I mean, I've always believed that George Bush Sr. and Jr. were, had a lot of power in the cabal, in the deep state. For sure, George Sr.
They were the cabal. They were like, the ones
I'm sure there's someone
forward.
over. I'm sure there's someone over George Sr. I mean, he's dead now, but I'm sure he was. He was like the general manager, and there's still an owner. You know what I mean? I think it's something like that. In that. Who fucking really knows? But the crazy thing is, everyone. Everybody in the conspiracy theory world has dabbled a little in Freemasonry and 33 and all that shit. And like during the beginning of the lockdown, all the 33s that came up, 33s came up everywhere.
Everything your government has told you about this virus is a lie.
Trust the experts, trust the experts.
Are you afraid of the flu? Don't bother me. I mean, that's the reality of how people perceive flu. So we really do have a problem of how the world perceives influenza, and it's going to be very difficult to change that unless you do it from within and say, I don't care what your perception is, we're going to address the problem in a disruptive way and in an iterative way, because you do need both.
Make sure you wear your mask at all times. Do your part. It is a federal crime. If we catch you with that mask below your nose.
Don't ask questions.
Do what you are told. It is for your safety.
We have 33 confirmed positive tests.
COVID-19 in Thailand remains at 33.
33.
33. 33. 33.
33.
There were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
33. There was 33 everywhere. I think that was Red Team Go. I think 33 is like Red Team Go. Everybody goes, okay, let's do it. It's time.
89% until 94% of those PCR tests are false positive.
It doesn't tell you that you're sick, and it doesn't tell you that the thing you ended up with really was going to hurt you or anything like that.
Everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death.
We didn't understand that it's a fairly low fatality rate and that it's a disease mainly of the elderly, kind of like flu is.
This isn't going to be run on CNN for a week.
No flu to be found.
You got lied to and fell for this shit.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin.
Why are we being pressured to add COVID?
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
You are correct. I should not be giving these vaccines out.
You've been subject to propaganda and lies by people who are very well trained in how they do that.
Only one person in the entire state died from the flu.
So when you deny this stuff, or when you don't want to believe this stuff, you don't want to face reality, it's only hurting you.
They relied on people's ignorance.
Everybody sees what's going on. People woke up, man. They're not looking for anybody to save them. They're saving themselves.
There's your flu last year. Here's your flu this year. Literally doesn't even exist.
When you start seeing 33 everywhere in the news, that means y'all's got to be behind this shit. It's time
When
to
you
go.
said that they were dabbling, you mean they were pointing out that the 33s, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dabble. Like
yeah,
watching
everyone's gonna chop it up. Hey, Bravo! Everybody in the conspiracy world's into fucking Freemasonry. That's
no. I meant like looking into it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 100.
Everybody's watched a couple Freemason videos. You know what I mean? But see, that's a scary thing is that you never hear the patriots talking about Freemasonry. You never hear about it. It's never an issue. And what's Freemasonry, really? Freemasonry in the beginning, unless I'm wrong, it was a secret society, or maybe it wasn't secret in the beginning, but it was a society, a group, club of master builders. Unless I'm wrong. It was like master builders, like back in the day, the guys that were in charge of building castles,
100%.
They had a lot of power. They knew how to build. They knew how to build crazy.
You can build a castle. You're running shit.
Yeah. So they were had a lot of power. They had VIP everywhere they went. You know what I mean? Those guys. So then it makes sense. They're powerful builders, master builders, having all these little lodges all over the world, and then the Vatican sends the Jesuits to infiltrate Freemasonry and basically hijack it and make it Luciferian and all that shit. You know, Albert Pike and all that.
Yeah,
that's like middle school conspiracy theory. Yeah, everybody knows
that's like green belt shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then like recently, I mean, more and more like today, I don't know. I think I watched 2 John Levi videos. I'm trying to get him on my podcast. Like that
I
guy.
love him. I was supposed to hook up with him in Florida, but it just never happened. He's great.
I thought he was in like Utah or some shit.
No, I thought you're talking about the guy who used to sing, right? Is that the guy you're talking about?
No. John Levi, the Levy, Jonlevi, the guy who does all the Tartarian videos.
Oh, no. That's a different dude. Sorry about that. Yeah.
You're talking about Pitbull or some shit.
Yeah. They're talking about the guy who used to be like on American Idol. And now he's like found Jesus and he's super. And he just did a funny video where he's working out with this hot chick with a tinfoil hat on, dude. It was like really funny.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the Tartarian guy.
Yeah. I'm all about that, dude.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about, John Levy?
No, I don't know the stuff, but I'm
oh my God. Dude.
I'm all about Tartaria, bro. Dude, all about that.
Dude, there's so many levels to it. Yeah. It isn't just melted buildings. It isn't just there's so much, dude. It's so much shit. And it's so fucking fascinating to me because I've been on flights all over the world, around the world for the last 20 years. Consistently, and I'm always looking out the window, have a couple glasses of wine, maybe I get high right before I get on the flight, and I just look out and I see all these lines all across the United States, and I'm just thinking, damn, these are just lines where they're like mapping out cities and like maybe.
What do you mean by lines?
Lines, like like lines, like
on the ground,
like like borders. They look like like they're gonna make a city somewhere, They're all over the fucking place. And it just when you look down, it's like in a bunch of squares, and it looks like, it's just most of the squares and most of the lines are just like city lines and like roads and shit. Most of them are just like roads, and then from 35,000 feet up, it looks like tile. Like squares. It looks like a giant could just walk on them. You know what I mean? Based on your perspective, like you just imagine a giant walking on it looks like a tile floor, but obviously it's not. It's like, people are smaller than fleas at that point. Sometimes you could see the cars, they look like little tiny amoebas and shit. And then some parts of like Utah and like Southeast Nevada and like Kansas, you look down and I'm like, what the fuck is all that shit?
Yeah.
Dude, there's like so many things that just don't make any sense. But I didn't know anything about Tartaria 10 years ago. So I'm just thinking, man, I wish I knew like what they were trying to build, or are they planning on making a city there, or was it a city that they scrapped the plans on? Because you could see, like, it looks like they're making little neighborhoods, like with lines and all these weird lines and weird mountains and canyons.
In the middle of nowhere? I wouldn't
Middle of
doubt
nowhere.
that.
Yeah.
So nobody could notice it, like Chinese ghost cities and shit.
Dude. John Levi's fucking all over that shit. Dude, we got ruins all over this country. Ruins, ancient ruins all over this country. And they're trying to hide that shit. They're giving us the story. They're giving us there was like a great reset in the 1800s, the late 1800s, you know, right when the cowboys and Indian shit started, the Wild West and the gold rush.
Yeah.
It's sounding like, according to John Levi and according to shit that I'm seeing, it's looking like all that fucking spaghetti western shit is propaganda, dude. Sam Tripoli and I are coming to your town. Catch us on the road doing tinfoil hat comedy. Follow me on Instagram at tinfoil hat comedy night. Go to samtripoli.com for more information and to buy your tickets. See you on the road.
Dude, I'm starting to believe all of it is, dude.
Yes, I've been wondering about that the last couple years. I'm like, why? Because for sure in the 50s and 60s, Hollywood was completely controlled. Now there's like organic,
like
indie
caveman shit. I'm starting to believe all that stuff is just, you know, oh man, we used to be just savages and everyone would just kill each other. And it was like bloody. And this is like the most peaceful time ever. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to think they had great technology. I'm starting to think that things were a lot different. And these dark entities made deals with certain people, certain families, and they're waging war against us. And these demons are trapped here. They're trapped here. And that's why they hate us. To me, spirituality is the only way to explain the game plan and the playbook of Klaus Schwab and all of his butt boys. And that's the only way to explain what they're doing. Because if it's money and power, what they're doing doesn't make sense. Why would you want to kill everybody off if you want their money? And you can print all the money you want. So why would you be killing them off? Because you hate them. Because you got to deal with demons that are trapped here because the gods won't let them leave.
Yeah, man. And again, JONLEVI. Go to YouTube, get on his channel. Dude, you're going to be fucking hooked, dude. He just puts out 20-minute videos. He gets on Google Maps, right? He gets on Google Maps and he just goes and he finds all these ghost towns and these weird, like in the middle of nowhere, like weird, structures, like gigantic walls. And so it's looking like, this is the theory. It's looking like, according to, we're supposed to believe that we were horse and buggy for thousands of years. And then all of a sudden in 1910, we discovered fucking cars. But this all those centuries, horse and buggy, we couldn't figure it out. For some reason, we couldn't figure it out. And then all of a sudden in 1910, we figured out how to make a car. We figured out electricity. It's looking like it takes humans about 150 years to figure out everything. And then we do it, and then we reset it.
Yeah.
And then we do it again. And so it's looking like because like in 1800s, the official story is, Wild West, gold rush. Everybody was gold rush, mining. Mines are huge, dude. Mines are a huge part of the story. So that was the story. Horse and buggy, wagons, cowboys and Indians trying to get to the West. Meanwhile, we got these structures on the West Coast in San Francisco that we can't even build today. I mean, we look at these old buildings and like LA's got them. LA's got these mysterious buildings. Like we think, we think that they used to be able to build shit back in the 30s. Like that's when they used to build shit good. That's when they used to care about shit. Back in the 30s and 40s, that's when they made this building downtown. But then when you really look into it, no, dude, that fucking building has probably been there for a long fucking time.
100%, especially in small cities, dude, where like they didn't have time to go and knock everything down.
Yes.
Like there's so much architecture, like, Okay, the middle of nowhere, they built this amazing thing, and then nobody knew how to do it after that. Oh, it got too expensive. You're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, nothing's too expensive.
These things weren't too expensive. What are you? Gas is like a fucking penny, man. What are we talking about?
Yeah, like anything's too expensive. Like too expensive. You give fucking NASA $19 billion a year. We're talking about a drought. We should never, ever bring up fucking droughts ever. Droughts? We are right next to the Pacific fucking Ocean.
I totally
can fix
agree.
droughts. I can fix droughts in 5 minutes. Fix droughts.
They could fix droughts so easy if they wanted to.
On the beach, every 10 miles, you have a big tube sucking out water from the ocean. And there's a big tube and it comes out of the ocean and it just sucks a tube. Oh, it's too expensive to suck water out of the ocean. Suck a water out of the ocean and right there on the beach, like maybe a half a mile out, have a plant that fucking filters out salt water. There's straws. Dude, there's straws, emergency straws that they put in rafts where emergency straw can filter out water so you could drink it.
Yeah.
You're telling me? And then there's a video. See if you can find this right here. Bill Gates building a fucking water filter and he's filtering out sewage.
Yeah.
And then he drinks it. Bill Gates drinking the water out of this sewage filter.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Yeah, it's 2 minutes. Let's play this shit.
Over 2.5 billion people have no access to safe sanitation. We asked brilliant engineers to help us solve this problem. And one of those engineers actually has proposed a solution where the waste is valuable.
The Omni processor turns sewer sludge, which is kind of nasty, into clean drinking water, electricity, and ash that is pathogen-free. This is where the sludge enters the machine. It goes up this conveyor belt, is fed into these large tubes we call the dryer. That's where we boil the sludge. And in the boiling process, we separate the water vapor from the solids. The solids are now dry, and we can feed them into the fire. Once we have this
Oh my God, dude!
We can make high pressure, high temperature steam. And we take that steam and we send it to a steam engine. And the steam engine drives a generator that makes electricity that we use for the processor and also excess electricity that can be delivered back to the community. The water vapor that's created in the boiling process is run through a cleaning system until we have the cleanest, purest water you can possibly imagine.
You can possibly imagine.
Look at this, dude. This presentation is everybody's dumb. This is how you educate dumb people. This is like a TikTok video of science right now. It's meant to make you dumber. This is Sesame Street for adults. That's what this is. Sesame Street for adults.
What we need in developing countries is a very simple system.
The entrepreneur that owns this processor will get paid for the input, the sludge. And that same entrepreneur will get paid for the outputs, the electricity, the water, and the ash.
I am very impressed.
Look at this.
With the solution we're seeing here. It generates electricity, it generates clean water.
Dude, he's going to drink this
every
shit.
corner of the earth that needs it because it makes money every day.
Dude, he looks like a turtle.
Dude, what a piece of shit.
Gates notes. Dude, they're talking about drought. You can drink shit water?
Dude, why does anyone go, hey man, what about if we just took ocean water that doesn't have our shit in it and fix that water? Why would we do that?
So easy. It'd be so fucking easy. They're already. Oh, you know what they're gonna say? The only thing they could say is too expensive. That's all they could say.
Well, how is it that expensive?
It's too expensive.
How is it like taking my deuces and turning it into drinking water cheaper than taking water and turning it into water?
You need to read a book, dog. Take one fucking science class. And then they're selling ash. Have you ever heard of that? They're set at the end. Dude, that was an extra little Illuminati thing right there.
We'd like to see how far they can go before we react.
I bet that a couple people wanted to take the ash out. They go, dude, let's take that ash part out. I don't know why. He goes, no, please, let's leave the ash
Bill
in.
likes the ash, bro. He likes the ash. Leave the ash in. It's his ash projects are his favorite thing.
It might have something to do with like Ash Wednesday. Could be like some religious type little thing they did. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Vatican, Ash Wednesday.
Totally.
Shout out Jesuits.
We got everybody to put ash on their forehead. Oh, they probably, dude, whoever came up with that, boom, you know he's got a couple islands.
Got their own island, right?
And he's got one of them fucking $100 million Conor McGregor yachts. You know that shit.
Dude, and those guys take themselves so serious, dude. They just got paid to make like basically a Lego set that no one's ever gonna fucking use, right?
Oh man. Fuck. So what dude?
What do you think of this John McAfee stuff? What do you think of that?
Man, it seems like he's alive, right?
I don't get it. Like his ex says he's alive. A video pops out. Now people are asking for an autopsy. What's going on, dude?
Dude. What? Dude, the world is fucking insane right now.
It's the best, right? It's the best. It's so much fun to just watch. This is why television sucks, bro. Yeah. How can television compete with real life right now? Yeah. It is so much more interesting. What am I going to watch?
I bet nobody is watching TV because they used to say poor people don't have phones, poor people don't have the internet. They used to say that. That's why TV's like, I bet if fucking, sponsors like TV sponsors, soaps and cereal, if they actually saw the real numbers, I bet they're not giving them the real numbers like those dudes who control the ratings and all that shit. Like how could the people who control the ratings on TV not be deep state? How is that even possible? Those people are legit. The people that control
this,
they're legit.
So House of Dragons premiered last week, and it's like the precursor to Game of Thrones. And they're like, it's a huge smash. 10 million people watched. I'm like, oh, so it's just one Joe Rogan episode? Is that all it is? Dude?
Yeah.
Just one Joe Rogan episode. That's all it is. That's how powerful podcasting is. And in one particular podcast, of course. But it's like, how do you compete with that, dude? How do you compete with that? Look how much money they spent on that movie, on that TV show. And look what Rogan spends on his show, getting the same results.
That show sucked. I watched it. I'm going to watch it again because it's really the only thing besides Ozark right now that I watch. I got to have something,
bro.
Late Sunday night.
You gotta watch this movie, dude. You got to watch the new Nicolas Cage movie. It is so fucking funny, bro. I laughed out loud. Funny, dude.
Like
Nicolas
real funny?
Cage
Not
is
like
a national treasure.
Like real funny? Was he trying to be funny?
It was like a story that's kind of, he stars as himself. I don't want to give the movie away, but it's like, dude, I could not stop laughing out loud on the play. It was so fucking funny, bro. You have to see it.
What's it called?
Something like the magnificent burden of overwhelming talent, I think it's called. It's so fucking funny because there's nothing better in the world than a good Nicolas Cage wig. Like, these kids are never going to understand the power of a Nicolas Cage wig in a movie because they were so great for so long. Like, you just get to a place when you're so rich, you just kind of try to just have the worst wig ever just to fuck with people.
You know what the worst wig is for me? If someone asks me, when you think of wig movie, which wig was the most obvious? For me, I don't know why, but Enter the Dragon, John Saxon. You know, Bruce Lee, that was his last movie, Enter the Dragon. John Saxon was a famous actor back then in the 70s too, early 70s. And he was a good guy too. Him and Bruce Lee were like the two main good guys in Enter the Dragon. The premise of the movie was some Asian drug lord is on an island off the coast of China, and he has a karate tournament once a year.
And all that drugs.
Yeah, he does. He does. He lives on an island. He does heroin, smuggling, human trafficking. This guy's like just this crime lord, lives on an island, and he has a karate tournament once a year, invites the best martial artists from all over the world to compete in this karate tournament. Meanwhile, he's looking for guys to recruit.
99 problems in the roll in your head. It's time to realize what I really hear any minute. So when I want to spend time sitting with a critic who simply is singing, I never really get it. Every stroke of my pen is an act of independence. Food for thought, snacks I'm digging. Turn up the track, little fact be a fiction. The band's not a band, and the band is a business. Running through the sand and drowning well wishes. Conscripted vote to bear witness. Best I'm just reading. When the sun is, when the sun is, when the sun shines through. It's the speed like a shade of my skin. It's the like a temple when the sun is, when the sun is, when the sun shines through. Yeah. When the sun is, when the sun shines through. Is this really real? Can't you hear this? Is this really like a temple when the sun is, when the sun is, when the sun shines through.
Pulls a few to the side and said, hey, listen, we need a guy like you, you know, and then he shows them under the island, the operation, the human trafficking, the heroin and all that shit. Well, John Saxon, he got offered a job with Mr. Han was his name. But look, if there's a shot of John Saxon, look at this wig. We're talking about wigs. You see that?
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Play that? Play
Look
that.
at that. Every time. That was such a great movie. I love
Enter
that.
the Dragon?
All-time great. All-time great.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Have you seen everything everywhere? Everything everywhere all at once. Have you seen that yet?
No.
Oh, it's so good, dude. It's got
there's no propaganda in it?
Oh, no, well, I mean, unless you think the multiverse is propaganda. But
Okay.
it's like it's really good.
It might be. Multiverse might be.
Really
I haven't looked into that.
It's really good. So I never got your opinion on the I don't know if you watched it, the Joe Rogan Mark Zuckerberg interview. I mean, dude, that's banging, bro. You're banging with the masters of mankind when you interview that dude.
Yeah.
That's like very, I mean, like he's not the top, but he's like one or two rows below.
Yeah. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Based on what I've seen of Mark Zuckerberg and based on what I know about Facebook and, it's a CIA operation and all that, I was shocked to hear Zuckerberg talk about family, training Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. He's all into MMA. Jiu-Jitsu changed his life. He was very humanized to me. You know, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this dude who is man, they're doing a good job humanizing him because he didn't seem as demonic as I thought he would be. You know, I thought
that
he would
is
be.
the law of duality, brother. That is a hermetic principle, which is everybody possesses light and darkness. That's why people can look at Trump or look at Hillary and be like, some people like she's great, and then some people are like they're the worst because they have everything inside them.
Yeah,
and that's what you just discovered about Mark Zuckerberg.
I just didn't know, like
everything inside that.
Yeah. It doesn't change how I feel about Facebook. I don't even have Facebook. I'm off that shit. I've cut Facebook out, Twitter out. The only thing I'm on is Instagram and one other one. I don't really like to talk about it, just I don't want people, they don't need to know everything about my motherfucking life. But I'm on another one, and I'm doing some work there, but Instagram is the only public one. And even though he seemed more like a human to me than a reptile, I still, don't trust Facebook at all. I mean, that's any of those platforms that are cutting people, out and censoring, and even Instagram. I have Instagram. I have to have one. I got a business. I got 150 black belts all over the goddamn world. I need one to keep us together. And they got like 100 to 200 killers under them. You know what I mean? So I got assassins all over the fucking world. I got to have one of these motherfuckers. I got to play the game. So I play the game with Instagram. I mean, they always warn me. They warn me all the motherfucking time. We're about to fuck you up and pull the plug on your shit. You keep posting some truthful shit. They keep telling me that, dude. I'm like, I'm just waiting. But I do have a blue check mark. So you always talk shit on blue check marks. And I understand that. I would talk shit on blue check mark guys too. But I got a blue check mark. And once you like, you learn the story of how I got the blue check mark, you know what I mean? Then you might realize like maybe all dudes with blue check marks got a story. My story is I didn't want a blue check mark. I didn't want one, but I was training Tony Ferguson. And he was part of not anymore, but he was part of a giant management team, like high level sports management. So when you're banging with the high level agents in sports, they fuck with fucking NFL, baseball, all that shit. When you're fucking on that level, you know what I mean? You got to be bumping into some like deep state shit. You know what I mean? There's no way you're banging that
shit at my shows. Man, I got intelligence people coming all the time. So yeah, of course.
But I'm talking about like high level sports agencies.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, they're those parties aren't that far away from those motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So, but what I'm learning is most of those motherfuckers on that level don't even know what Illuminati is. They're just like, there's controlled opposition.
This is an important thing, dude.
There's controlled opposition.
Yes.
That knows they're controlled opposition.
Yes.
And there's controlled opposition that doesn't know they're controlled opposition.
Yes.
The controlled opposition that knows they're controlled opposition, they're from the families, like the bloodlines. They know, they've been to the North Pole.
Yes.
Like Justin Trudeau, he was like, dude, I went to the North Pole with my dad. Now I know what's up. He's on video saying that. He said, I went to the North Pole with my dad. Now I know what's up. So there's something up in the North Pole.
Oh my God, really? He said that?
Hibbler.
On the other hand, we have the North, which is also off limits.
I went on my first official trip. I was going with my father and my grandpa Sinclair up to the North Pole. It was a very glamorous destination. I figured I was finally going to be let into the reason for the existence of this high security Arctic base. That was exactly right. We drove slowly through and past the buildings on a special top secret mission. And that's when I understood just how powerful and wonderful my father was.
That's on the next level. That's on the next level. That's what I saw on Hibbler's video. But when I hear that, when I hear Justin, the most demonic dictator of them all, he probably is the most demonic. That guy right there, they got, he's in. I think he knows. He's controlled opposition who knows. But then there's controlled opposition that doesn't know.
I agree.
They're the most powerful. Because they believe they're doing the right thing. Because if you're controlled opposition that knows they're controlled, that knows they're controlled opposition and knows the whole story, knows the big story, then you're doing evil shit. So it's not as convincing to the masses that you're trying to do the right thing. But when you're controlled opposition that doesn't know the controlled opposition, you're more passionate because you believe you're doing the right thing. So it's more powerful to have controlled opposition that doesn't know the controlled opposition. But the problem is there's a trade-off. Yes, they're more powerful. Yes, they're more passionate. Yes, they're more believable. Yes, they could trick the masses way easier. But if they wake up and they find out they're controlled opposition, damn, now you got a problem. You might have to fucking ice that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, like
100%. That's a lot with rappers. That's what happens with rappers.
Yeah, exactly.
They get pushed forward. They wake up and they're like, "Well,
they didn't know. They didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know they were playing right into it. And then once they figured it out, a lot of the rappers, they figured it out. Because they're not going to let some street kid who came from nothing, who blows up in rap, they're not going to let him know the whole fucking story.
Yeah, like the baby probably doesn't understand.
Yeah, they're not going to let them know the whole position. Yeah, they're not going to. Why would that would be stupid. Why would you're on a need to know fucking, like in gangsterdom. You know what I mean? In gangsterdom. You only tell the fucking lower ranks what they need to know. Yeah. You don't tell them everything. Even gangbangers know that shit. Yeah. Yeah. Corporations know that shit. A small business owner knows that shit. A dude who owns a small business, he got a little spot in a fucking retail little fucking strip mall. You think he's gonna tell the cashier what the fuck he's planning? Fuck no. That's just human nature. So that's the trade-off.
I experienced that one time when I had my show on Spike TV. They were going to cancel us, but they didn't tell us. And they want us to get tattoos. We're like, why am I going to get tattooed for this show? I mean, I will do it if you guys renew us. And she goes, oh, they're never going to renew your show. And we go, what? And she had to step it back. She had the next day come back. Oh, no, we're still deciding what we're going to bring it back. We don't know yet. Of course, they weren't going to bring it back.
Yeah, what happened was?
Yeah, 100%.
So that brings me to, like Elon Musk, for instance. Elon Musk. Is he controlled opposition? And if he is, does he know he is? Or is he clueless to the fact that he's controlled opposition? If he is at all. That's, you know what I mean? So is Elon Musk controlled opposition?
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you think he knows it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So why? Because the latest shit he's saying, I mean, you know, with the whole free speech thing with Twitter, you're thinking like, oh shit, everyone's getting behind him. He's exposing Twitter. Twitter's mostly bots. They said it was 5%. Now it turns out it's fucking way more. Some people are saying like 40% or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers, but that's the stories that are coming out. You know, those are the stories.
Well, you know that he never had the intentions of buying Twitter. What it was, he had in his contract with Tesla was the only way he could sell off stocks and not cause a giant panic was if he was going to try to buy another company with that collateral. So that was the out he needed. So he could sell off X billions of dollars in Tesla stock. And then as long as he made an attempt to buy something, he could keep all that money, pay $1 billion to Twitter for like, oh, I'm not going to do it. And he walks with a ton of cash.
This is prison guard. All right, whether I sweep him, whether I put this butterfly in here and sweep him, I shuck, squeeze, gift wrap, and boom, and now I'm on his back. Maybe I sweep him the other way. Maybe I put this butterfly in. Have him let go of the double arms, and then shoot this through. Boom! And then I go, bam! Look where we're at. Boom! A shoulder crunch attempt is probably, like all sweeps, 20% at best success. But doing it from here, if it doesn't work, I still got him. I used to go here, boom, and then come here, and come up this way. That's what I usually do. All that is prison guard. All right, it's all off homie control. Homie control, again, is like the mission control of prison guard.
And listen, if along the way, excuse me, he just destroys Twitter, well, it's a dumpster fire anyways. Everybody's waking up to the blue check marks and all that stuff. Blue check marks aren't getting as much traction as they used to. So that's it. You don't run with Ghislaine Maxwell. You don't become the biggest the most rich billionaire in the world. You're not the number one Department of Defense contractor without being in on it.
But if he's you're saying 100% controlled opposition, okay? And then the next question is, does he know it or doesn't he know it? I already talked about how if he doesn't know it, he'd be more powerful, way more powerful than if he does know it. So that's the question. Does he know the whole story, or is he a powerful, controlled opposition piece that doesn't know, and that's why he's so powerful? That's why everybody knows him, because he thinks he's doing the right thing. So I don't know. So we're gonna. A huge part of the New World Order agenda is you got to push the climate overpopulation, and he just fucking crushed overpopulation. He just crushed it with science. He's like, dude, if you do the numbers, he might be controlled opposition that doesn't know and is waking up.
I'm fine with that.
Maybe, I don't know. Listen,
he is pushing Neuralink.
I hope so. I fucking hope so.
I got news for you, bro. He also told Tony Hinchcliffe we didn't land on the moon.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, I'm telling you, listen, he may be fooling us, right? Trump may be fooling us, right? But if what Trump is saying is legit, then that's good fucking news.
But I also
make America great again. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
If he's deep state, then no, okay. I got fooled, but fuck, there's no other hope. Where's the other hope?
I also think, though, Eddie, that there's times, bro, where the puppet thinks they're a real boy, too. Like, sometimes these people kind of go along with it, and then at some point they realize, hey, man, I got a lot of power. I don't have to play ball with these guys anymore.
That's what I'm saying. You think Trump is you think somebody's controlling Trump? You know what I mean? Dude, that guy, he runs. You see him walking into those fucking G7 fucking the meetings where he walks in and he fucking just get the fuck out of my way. He walks in, he's like, what? And there's all these fucking pussy ass fucking leaders. Pussy ass fucking leaders. He walks in, he comes in and goes, what? Where the bitches at? You know what I mean?
How about when he basically told Germany what was going to happen to them, and they all laughed at him, and now it's like, dude, they're all just on Russia's energy tip, and that's all they could do. And they're effed right now.
You know what we need? We need a fucking. I'm sure there's one out there, like just a Trump highlight prediction collage. Like go back. He called everything. He said, if Biden wins, this is going to happen. This is the border. You think the border's bad? Shit. It's going to be 100 times worse. The economy going to collapse. Gas? Shit. You're going to be paying like fucking $8, $9, $10 an hour. Dude, he was going down. He goes, you guys are fucked if Biden wins. You better hope I get in. Because if I get in, I'm about America. America first. It's really about, at this point, it's not Republican or Democrat. It's all about common fucking sense. You got to be a fucking common sensican. You know what I mean? That's it.
Common sensican?
Common sensican, dog.
Ever.
That's what I am.
Dude, you got to go right now to GoDaddy and buy Common Sensican right now. Yeah, .com. Go buy that right now, dude.
That's all.
I want to ask you, there's this guy on, like, his name is like Night God 333 on Instagram, and dude, he's been posting some crazy ass videos of of creatures they see in the oceans, bro. Like, there was this one video where they had like a crocodile shark And it was like just going past his camera, bro. And I want to ask you, do you think that CERN has fucked some shit up, dog? Like let some new shit into this reality, man. I'm starting to really believe that stuff because this guy's posting crazy things, man. It seems like over the last month, like really crazy stuff is just
send me
popping
links.
up.
Send me links.
Send you a link, dude.
I have a bad taste in my mouth for CERN, and I'll tell you why. Like when everyone, I see, they like to show the inside of like NASA hangars or NASA laboratories or where they're building shit. They're building a satellite and they're building this. They're building all this shit, right? And for me, I'm like, oh, look at these motherfuckers pretending. You know when your boss is away and then your boss shows, you see the car pull up and then you're pretending like you're working? You know what I mean? Fuck, the boss is here, fuck. Boom, you pretend like you're working. But then as soon as he leaves, you're like, fuck that, I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's what those videos are to me. Like when they show, the white coat, and they're like, I think like you guys are fucking pretending in NASA. $19 billion? You guys ain't doing nothing. What have you done? What did we learn from going to the moon?
Have you seen those green screen videos?
Which
where
one?
like where the astronauts are sitting there and there's a guy in an all green outfit.
Oh, that's David Weiss. That's David Weiss.
Are those real videos?
Those are real videos, but it's not a real astronaut. It's David Weiss showing you how easy it is. And then people are taking those videos, and saying, oh, look, astronaut Karen Smith. That's the fake part. But the video's real. It's David Weiss is the green guy. David Weiss is the green guy, right? He made the videos, yeah. And then people just take that and go, oh, look, astronaut Karen, whatever. So it's a hoax, but it's real. It's a real hoax.
It's crazy, bro.
But man, so when I look at CERN, and then also, me, man, I'm all about fucking NASA. And then I've seen congressional hearings where the head of NASA will be in front of Congress asking for fucking money, dog. Like we need, it's a great video of like the head of NASA's arguing, and there's all these congressmen, and one guy's like one congressman from fucking Kentucky is going, where the fuck are you guys going next? The moon or Mars? And the guy's like, oh, we're going to go, but we're going to go to the space station 4 more times this year. So we need some money for each 4, can we get the money? We're going to go, we have to go to this. He goes, yeah. But what are we doing next?
Let me ask
are we going to moon? Hold on. Are we going to the moon? Or are we going to the Mars? Go, but what are you asking me I'm asking you what we're doing next. I'm telling you what we're doing. We need to go forward not after that. After that, dude, there's a video of this shit. So when I see that, and I see how they're just trying to fucking get money out of Congress, and Congress don't give a fuck. It's not their money. If it was if it was their money, shit, they'd be like, what? But this one congressman is like, where the fuck are you guys going, to moon or Mars? It's a great video. But
now let me ask you something. Is the point of getting all the money to collect the money because they have all the money, or is it to destroy the dollar?
What was the question again?
So when they ask, hey man, I want $50 billion for this. Okay, here's $50 billion. Okay, I need another $50 billion. Like, what is that purpose? Is it to collect all the money and just be so rich that you already beyond that anything that matters? Or is it just to like create a reason for the Federal Reserve to print more money so they could just, raise interest rates, inflation, and like destroy the dollar?
I think that they're so deep, and I think there's just a system of siphoning like all the tax money's right here in this one room, and just figuring out ways to constantly siphon out. Like a politician is a salesman. He's got to figure out how to get that. And it's systemized. It isn't like brand new. So I think that there's so much money that is needed to pay everybody off in this corrupt system that, like, they need a fucking, you know, when they send $1 billion to Ukraine, you know, they're sending like 80 billion, but every now and then they go, boom, let's go 3 more. It's like people are getting, like, no one's getting rich. People are just like getting paid off. You know what I mean? It's like the politicians, like, they got a job to do. Like their job is to, if we don't get $2 billion to fucking Ukraine, like, the politicians probably not even touching it. It's like they're getting paid in other ways. They go, you fucking send $1 billion to Ukraine and we're going to get you a book deal and pay you fucking, you know, 50 million up front. You know what I mean? Or a signing bonus or something.
I think some of that,
you know what I
money
mean?
is going
Something
back
like
to the
that.
Democrats for
What was that?
To get this election going. I think some of that money's going to the
No,
Democrats.
yeah, totally. The money is going all sorts of places. So when you say, damn, oh, they sent $10 billion to this country for aid, to them it's probably not that much. Like 10 billion is barely gonna, you know, shit. We got to pay. Okay, we got to pay that motherfucker $1 billion, and then we got to pay that motherfucker and that motherfucker 500 million each, and then by the time we're done, we have fucking $2 billion left. You know what I mean? So there's no way it's like some brand new shit. It's like they got a system. There's some system going on. It's running through Kazakhstan. It's going through Afghanistan, going through Ukraine, Russia, fucking Syria, United States, UK. They got a system down. So they constantly need those billions coming in from wherever, Ukraine, whatever. It doesn't really matter. They just send $1 billion here, $1 billion there. Oh, Haiti, let's send $1 billion to Haiti. They just had a fucking earthquake. Where did the billion go? Dude, the billion's all over the world, dog. It never even made it to Haiti.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had people to pay off.
Yeah.
They got bills to pay. Illuminati got to pay the rent too. You know what I'm saying? So,
dude, it's an electric bill at the Vatican, bro. It's pretty expensive.
$1 billion ain't shit to Illuminati. They're like, shit. What is that going to do? We need $1 trillion, dog. $1 trillion. We need $1 trillion. We need $1 billion. I spit on $1 billion. I want $1 trillion. We got a lot of fucking
$1 trillion. Just understand what that is. If you turned it into seconds, that's like 11,000 years.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of millions.
It's a lot.
Now, I haven't even got to CERN yet, right? So when I see all this shit about NASA, the congressional meetings, and like all the video of them just pretending to do shit in these big structures, they look good. And the shit they're building, like, oh, look, they're building this is the new rocket that's gonna fucking go to Pluto. So then you see CERN. And then I'm watching CERN, and they're in front of the big fucking, there's a big, gigantic metal cylinder that they're standing in front of. Like, what the, and they're having a fucking, they're having a speech, like a TED Talk at CERN. And then there's people there. And then these dudes at CERN are talking and going, damn, we've already discovered 11 dimensions. You know what I mean? We'll probably get that 12th dimension, but we're going to need some more money to get to that 12th dimension. We got 11.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean? And then when I hear that, I'm like, you need some more money for that next dimension? Like, it sounds like NASA. Like, dude, we're going to go to the International Space Station 4 times this year. That's 500 million needs, dog. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay our bills. You know how expensive it is to take them fucking cargo? You know, they're starving up there.
Yeah, man. It's all, you got me believing that, dude. It's all money laundering.
So when people ask me about
how do I get
CERN,
in on this?
So when people ask me about CERN, I want to believe that they're discovering dimensions and doing all this weird shit. I want to believe that. I want to see that. I want to see a fucking dragon come out of the fucking wormhole. Who doesn't want to see that?
I would love.
But I think they're lying, dog. I think they're just fucking. They're like a NASA for inner space.
I want to see you find an astrologer into flat Earth. I think that'd be really interesting conversation, bro.
I bet a lot of they can coexist. I think it's just fucking those lights in the sky. You know, they're aligned a certain way, and they probably do align with some kind of electromagnetic angles, and it probably does affect, like when you're, I don't know, maybe when you're born and when you come out, and however the electromagnetic lines are lined up, that's why you're a stubborn fucking shithead who is loyal. You know what I mean? And then you're born like
Nailed it.
2 months later. Oh, you're fucking narcissistic, but you have a big heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then a month later, you're fucking a Libra. Boom. You're a bitch. You talk a lot of shit, but you die for your homies. You know what I mean? It's always the same shit. It's just like, so maybe there is something to that. Like, maybe
I really am
when you're
getting
born,
into it, dude.
maybe it's when you're born. Maybe it's when you're, maybe it has something to do right when that one sperm just, hey, if you had access to someone in the Illuminati, a legit person in the Illuminati, if you had access and you could interview him, you had him in a room, what would you ask him?
I want to know, where do we live? Like, what is this thing?
Like, okay, you got an Illuminati guy. You have someone in the Illuminati sitting in the room with you. You can ask him anything and multiple questions. So the first one that pops in your head is what?
I want to know where we live. What is this? What is this? Not, you know, like,
that's a great question.
Is it dimensions? What are we doing? I want to know. I want to know, what are the gods? Is there a firmament? I want to know that. That to me is everything.
Well, I'm about to answer your fucking dreams.
Oh,
because joining us right now is someone from the Illuminati, Claus Schwab Jr. Klaus. Yes.
Oh my God, he's here. Winner, chicken dinner.
Hey, so I don't know if this is this is actual Klaus Schwab from the Great Reset. The Great Reset, Klaus Schwab. I don't actually know if this is his real son. This guy's claiming he's his son. So you know what? I got some questions for you because I don't know if I believe you're actually Klaus Schwab's son. I think you could be an imposter, but I'm going to ask you some Illuminati questions.
I'm open book. I am here for you. I'm in Austria now, in like my Sonnentage castle. I'm in Österreich. So yes, my belly is full from the harvest, the human harvesting. I'm drinking adrenochrome. I cannot tell you the name of this man because he is hidden controller, but he's still alive. He's 430 years old. Any questions? So I have like schedule 2. I cannot stay the whole show. I have Illuminati awards to give out for you, but I know you have a lot of questions for this. So yes, what do you?
So there's an award show tonight. There's an award show.
There's an Illuminati award show, and he's gonna. You know what? Can you tell us who wins? This doesn't go on for 2 weeks.
Any of the awards? What
this
are
is not live. Awards? Yeah, what are the awards? What are the awards? And this doesn't go on. This isn't live. We don't go on for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So whatever what are the? Can you give us any info?
Let me before we get to the award ceremony. I know you have lots of questions for me. Can I just give you the categories?
Yes.
The blessed blaming of Russia for the Reichstag crimes is the first category. The best crime against humanity with no persecution is the second category for you. For the the third one is best snuff film. Okay, I have something in this one. For the fourth award I will give is best adrenochrome salesman. Okay, lots of surprises here. On the fifth award I will give today for the pentagram to complete the pentagram, best World Economic Forum slave. Yes, you have questions. I'm here in Liechtenstein. Yes, I have my Sonntag castle in Austria, Österreich. Yes, questions for you.
Sam has a question. Sam?
Hey, where's Klaus? Listen, I got another question. Who is the top puppet? who's the top puppet that's like the number one earner?
Earner. See, I think of things in terms of three. You have the military control, you have the spiritual control, and you have the financial. So you need the three. So like sometimes like a new pope with the smoke, like he's all gassed up with the smoke out the window.
He's all about that smoke.
Well, he made like the manifestation of entities that we have not spoken to except in the book in the library. And he makes manifestations of this. And so then there's like, for finance, for non-shillings, sometimes there's like really good accountant who is like goes through like a little weasel with the abacus, and he says like, we have to move these resources here right now. And then for this guy always is on the phone, on the roof with their, he will make phone call for the military because there's resources that are like easy to get, like low-hanging fruit for you. So when you have the three together, whew, you have something dangerous for you.
Now, some people think Elon Musk is part of the Illuminati. What do you think?
Very interesting. Anyone who is like the cover of the Time magazine, I wonder, normally when we are in ritual, we all have the face mask. And normally when I make speakings with the Elon Musk, it is over LinkedIn.
Now, everybody thinks everybody is Illuminati or controlled opposition. I'm just going to throw out a name. You tell me controlled opposition. Carrot Top.
Oh, yes. So I have.
And what agenda does he push?
Yes. So sometimes you just have like Ash Clown with body dysmorphia. And like there's like, it seems sort of like an operation. But then like you also have to understand different people have different agendas. So like in Las Vegas, like there are kind of like weirdo cosmetic like surrogate. And they're like, no, but your tits can be bigger, your face can be bigger, your eyes can be bigger, and they pluck at your insecurities. But sometimes they know of this, they know of the insecurity because they wield the magic because they have like dark whisperer. So sometimes you have to worry about your own insecurity being harvested through the cosmetic surrogate. And so I don't know. I've not met this man, but yeah, body dysmorphia.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever fucked Ghislaine Maxwell?
Oh, yes, many times. Like, this is not even like, okay, first of all, I made conjugal visits when she was having the charade. I mean, the court case in the Southern District of New York, Richard Gage owns the architects of engineers for the 9/11 of truth for making. We're knocking off the door of the Southern District of New York City for you. And then we say, let's talk about hand jobs, mistrial, hand jobs. And so I would make conjugal visits and I would like give her like a little Bavarian cake, a little adrenochrome. And then, for old times, we would, make little diddles. But I met her recently. So since we say guilty in front of the public, Ghislaine Maxwell, Lady Ghislaine, she does not have white privileging. She has royal Aryan privileging. There's a difference of this. And we say guilty, and then she goes on little puddle jumper to Club Med, and she has to work there for the real plea deal. So like 2 days a week, she has to make like reservations on the Club Med. She hates this. She does not like to make workings or talk to the riffraff. But she almost owns the oceans with the UN with the terraforming. She almost owns the ocean, and now she has to. Yeah, make reservations at the Club Med. She hates this. What?
How many times have you been on Epstein's Island?
Well, Hunter owns the Bidens. They own the island next to this. So I've been to the Biden Island more. But yes, I've been to the little St. James. They have really good temple for ritual for making back in the day, I would say like 50 times, or it's not a lot.
I got jammed, bro. I got to put my kids to bed. I love you, dude.
Hey, I love you too. We'll talk soon. We got the Comedy Store. I think we'll probably be
September 14th, and then we're playing some casino soon too in December. We got more dates coming, buddy. We got
Sacramento.
More
What is it? Fresno. Fresno's coming in December.
Yeah,
and then Calusa Casino, north of Sacramento. That's in December. Sam, I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you. Hibbler, I love you. Klaus Schwab Jr., I love you too.
Tripoli, good to see you.
I love you guys. Take care. Thanks for having me on your show, dude. I love you, buddy.
Love you, man.
Heteroflexish. That's his word.
Hey, Klaus, I got a couple more questions.
Okay, yes.
What is your relationship with George Soros?
Very, very close. So my father, Santa Claus Schwab, he learned everything from this man, and Herr Kissinger and Herr Goebbels. Like this is a rat pack that made birthing of my father, and gave him his. So like what you do is you go around the world and you go, what's a charity? Support kinder. So like, sometimes they make orphanages and like. And then you buy the politician and you say, listen, bitch, this is what it really is. But like, you do not say this in front of press. You create chaos. You make them fight with each other, always on the grounds that you must make them fight with each other. So you like leave bricks at a orgy, or like a, what do you call this? Orgy is not the word of translation. The protest. Yeah. So you leave like piles of bricks there, and then you like put in like one cow who is of our agenda to throw the first, and then you go, oh my God, I'm the victim, So like, yeah.
So what's your relationship with Donald Trump? You hate him, or is he part of your team?
Yes, Herr Trumpings came to the World Economic Forum. He made speaking, and then he went to NATO for you. But at this time, I had opportunity to go to her facility with Hunter Biden and to make orgy. So like Herr Trumpings, like, this is getting into territory of like the Illuminati avoidings. But like we were summing the scale for Hillary because we know her like way back. Like we summed the scale of the Diebold like 8%. And then when he got in here, we like had to start to do the research. So it was very confusing for us. He's not in the club.
So you guys don't have control of Donald.
He came from, there's three. There's the financial, there's the military, and then there's the spiritual. He came like from like with high regard of the financial from like the real estate or like the casino, right? He tried to make university.
How did you guys? So you guys fucked up by not rigging the 2016 election enough. How did he get in if you guys didn't want him in?
John Kerry went to see some high-level Dracos in not Argentina, New Schwaben landings. So John Kerry in 2016 came because he said, we sum the scale and you give us cosmic clearance to relieve our karma for 8%. And then when Trump was polling for like the 70% of victories, then we send John Kerry of the Skull and Bones to meet with the Dracos, and they go, yeah, let's put the Orange Man in. And then we will just shout from the rooftops. What we need is conflict to get the peasants away from us. This is what we need. He was very divisive, so we used him for this.
Oh, so he has no idea that he's being used as a tool by you guys.
Well, he had divorcing happen. He made divorcings. And then he would when he had real estate holdings that were in iffy position, so he like lose all this money. When the Rothschilds would bail him out because he was on the professional wrestling when he can read the teleprompter. He's like a good actor for like the reality show. When like this is actually the best training to be president. It's kind of like embarrassing for us with the Joe Biden. Like he died like sometime like years ago, and then. But before he died, we make a copy of his like retarded brain after he made brain surgery. It's like make a copy of a VHS and a copy of a VHS. So it's like we have the clone who's like half robotic, like half robot for you, but he's like also the clone with the robot brain chip brain. And like he still like makes Scheiße in like, he needs like a card for the press conference to say like, walk into Roosevelt room, say hello to this man, drink this. Like I found card in his bathroom. It was like, go in bathroom, close door, pull down pants before making Scheiße. Like he has like cards all over the White House like this. Like,
are you guys disappointed that he's fallen apart mentally, or are you guys like all just busting up laughing in the Illuminati meetings? Are you guys is it very entertaining for you, or does it make you cringe?
Well, like, we like to rule by hidden. Like, I will not tell you the man who is in this photo. He was painted when he is 19. He's 430 now, and he rules, like he pulls the puppet strings of this. But we were planning to make depopulations of the planet anywhere. So, like, it's good. It's a good distraction while we make this operation.
Now, Elon Musk has been saying that overpopulation is a myth, that we're actually in a population collapse. And he gets in detail. He's like going over like Japan's data on birth rate. And he said something that I like have said to myself many times, and that like I have a lot of friends, a lot of guy friends in their 40s, no kids, not married. He's saying, dude, nobody's having kids. We're actually in a population collapse. Overpopulation is a myth. You guys must be fucking losing your minds. Or is there another reason he's doing that? Or did you tell him to do that?
Well, we have many different operations to make the population reductions. We have like Scheiße in like your products to reduce your testosterone for you. We have, tranny story time. We have like the pride parading. So like, we just want to throw confusion as this issue. We also, we make the ladies desperate or with trauma from having no stability anywhere, so there's the fight or flight. Nobody knows who to trust. Then we put, okay, well, you want to date, put it in your phone, swipe, with your porno, swipe. And so everyone is confused. They don't have like when you want to make depopulation, like you have to go at it from like 8 different ways.
That's like that former KGB agent that fled to Canada and then started making videos about how the KGB and how communist intelligence infiltrates. And
you have to have very good understanding of what motivates the humans, and then you go against like the cosmetology surgeon of the Carrot Top, and goes, oh, well, people don't like you because, your nose is slightly too wide. We can fix this. Oh, people don't like you. Your eyebrows go like this. I can fix this permanently for you. Oh, maybe, your wife is getting fat. Have the Tinder.
Dude, that's genius. You guys, I mean, it's a tragedy for sure. It's a tragedy for all of mankind for all this to be going down.
Yeah, you are not peasant. You do not need to cook your fried chicken. Get it from KFC. And then we put the MSG in there.
So you guys like Trump. You like the fact that he's causing a lot of chaos.
He makes division. He says some things that I do not like he talks about like the freedom. I have cardboard here. So we speaking of the freedom. This is a lie.
Now, do you guys regret allowing the Second Amendment to go through? Was that like a big fuck up there? Are you guys at Illuminati meetings going, listen, no more fucking freedom of right, no more right to bear arms?
Well, you have to understand that, like, sometimes, like, the peasant will be in, like, bar with, like, 400-year-old vampire and get in fist fight, and this escalates into he gets shot in the fucking head or something like this, or the other way around, right? And so, like, back in 1600, like, we say, like, okay, well, in England times and Germany's, people do not have guns because we props them up. Like, with the Maslow hierarchy of needs, everyone pretty much has shelter and even health care, But what if we had this crazy place where, like, they had nothing? Everyone was grasping at straws for their next meal time. The ladies all has the trauma. Let's just give them the guns. And then, but we will always have the better guns. If they have, like, the revolver, we will have the directed energy weapon, and we could put red tape around them with, like, Alan Dershowitz. You know what I mean? So, like, we have multiple operations.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yeah. So you can, like, put someone, you could just say, you cannot have a farm here. It is zoned for, like, a highway. But, like, we just build highway just to be like, fuck you, we don't like this man because he is, like, going against our agenda. So there's different like, there's red tapings, there's guns. The military, the important part about that is they have the monopoly on violence for you. Or the Polizei, the Stasi, So when they punch grandma in the face, it is for the state, it is for the law. If you do this, you will go to our little cage for you. But we can, like, the United States made the great, crimes against humanity over and over again. Go America. There is a bad guy for Germany too. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you guys faked the moon missions.
Cardboard. This is not my expertise for you. I can say this. We always win with the Wander. We win with the spirituality. We have the monopoly of the ritual that actually make the entities. We have the monopoly on the violence. We have the monopoly on the religions, the wonderment. Like, before, the Bible was in Latin, and then you would go every Sunday to hear some pedo go blah, 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 blah in a language you could not understand. And then he's like, no, I need to borrow your kid in, like, a sexy outfit for, like, my altar boy. So I can make altar. I can supply my altar with harvest is energy. And then so the wonderment, when we start to go, what is this up there? What is this? And we have, like, the Illuminati is almost like scholarly. So we take infomercials from, like, different sources. For example, the Mayan calendar. So we take, like, we steal. Well, first of all, we make humiliations of culture. But then we go, what did you know? And then we take, once we know what they know, then we make genocide of them. But, like, so we have library for this, for the knowledge, right? And everyone has different ideas. But when you take different culture ideas that we make full spectrum domination of, when you take all their ideas, you start to get picture. And some of that is astrology, and some of that is astrology. But yes, I mean, you cannot film in space because a 35 millimeter camera does not work for you. So yes, Stanley Kubrick made the Apollo mission. I mean, he just made 2001 Space Odyssey. And then he made Eyes Wide Shut. And during editing, we made murder of him because he had the final cut. You do not give the final cut to someone who is a whistleblower. No, you do not take this chance. He was going, we cut 23 minutes of Eyes Wide Shut when we made murder of him with heart attack gun. But yeah, he also was speaking of, okay, did we go to the moon or not? I know that with that, probably not. We probably went there with a UFO from Schwabenland, Antarctica, something like this. But, you know, this is I go to the Thule Air Base in Greenland all the time with Zerkas, Draco Reptilian. He has family in this castle. But we trade like the UFO. So like what? And you are asking me about the population. Yeah, well, with the oil, with the fermented dinosaur juice, yeah, probably the population is not sustainable, but we have like technology that is like, wait, this is bullshit.
Did you ever party with any of the Bushes?
Oh, yes. Junior, HW, even though you would wheel him around and he would leave like trail of Shiza, like he could still cut up a rock. He was pinching nurses like in hospice, He's a freak. He made the great diddle of Cassie O'Brien's daughter for you. It's a great diddle.
He was pinching nurses in hospice.
Yes, even mainstream news could not stop this story from coming out. When you do this many crimes against humanity, you get erection deep in your 90s.
Now, there's gotta be high level, super pure adrenochrome, and then the low level for like a low level Illuminati guys. Like if you just get in the Illuminati, you ain't gonna get like the good adrenochrome, right? How does that work? Are people just lazy?
Well, you always have to, any good drug dealer will cut their cocaine with the baking soda, for example. So like when you really scare the really intelligent kinder after a lot of torture, and then you cut their face off while they are alive and they're screaming, and then you sell them a scary movie, and then you kill their parents in front of them. And you need like a big budget to make this. And then you drain them in the bucket, and you have you filter it with the Brita filter. Then this is pure. This is the best you can have. And then like the new slaves, you like maybe make Rothschild wine and put like drop in this. Or like, for example, you can like have Huma Abedin would make a cake, and it would be like a fake human cake. And the ingredient would be like a third cup of water, and it would have like a 16th cup of like the good adrenochrome in this. Oh, it's funny. We are fake eating a human cake. Okay. Yeah, sink this.
Oh, shit. Is Bohemian Grove still popping?
It's like the Comedy Store. It goes up and down. Sometimes it gets too many oligarchs who tells the same old story. It's like VFW. Sometimes it's like, oh yes, and then remember we made the Tuskegee experiment. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes it's like when Joseph Goebbels was there, he would always tell the same story. Makes a big lie, and then he'd cut himself. But it starts to get, so then we would hire like the beat poets for a while, like in the San Francisco Times, the beat poets. And then that's why they got popular, because they were like entertaining for us. So you need like good balance of like the spiritual, the military, the financial, and then like the undercurrent of like the actual artist, the freelancer.
Holy shit.
Well, with the internet time, like it is a little different. It's harder to get anyone out of the couch and into the lodge. But I make this because this is part of my job as well.
Now, it's pretty well known that Hunter's your best friend, right? Like,
yes,
how do you remember like first meeting him? Did you meet him at an Illuminati party, or how'd you meet him?
Well, you have to understand that Joe Biden has been in the Congress time and in the CFR. It came really from the CFR because Santa Claus Schwab would go to Council of Foreign Relations in New York City, and then I would go there to make English study times, and then there was Joe at the Council of Foreign Relations, and then little Hunter would like run around and put macaroni on the balls. And this is how we met.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's when the Ritalin came out, they were like, yeah, he's retarded, give him anything. And, you know. But
and then
yeah.
like you guys bonded big time, and then you guys just started partying all the time, right?
Well, yes, and we had falling outs as well, because sometimes it's like, you know, like I raise money. I'm sorry. I raise money to make on the GoFundMe, like his snuff film, and like I like make recordings for him for his laptop, like the videos. And then it's like, but then I was like, oh, hey Hunter, like maybe we could make a Klaus snuff film. And then he had like cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He falls asleep in the bathtub. And then you start to go like, wait a minute, I'm putting a lot of energy into this relationship. I'm not really getting much back from this. Then his father made the great war in the Ukraine. And then 40 billion euros for you from the Congress was approved for this. So then I've reinstated our friendship from the slash fund he created in the Ukraine, 40 billion. So then before they post the numbers, we got on Zoom chat like this, and everyone would make jerkings. And first to make Verspuken gets the first no-bid contract. Yeah. So.
Oh, shit. Do you ever a party with Chelsea
Manning?
No. I everybody knows about you and Chelsea Manning. I'm talking about Chelsea Clinton.
Oh, yes. Well, yes. The Clintons go back. I mean, I showed up. I happened to be in town. I was like 15 years old when they cut Hillary. Well, this gets it. Can we do some Illuminati awards after this? Because this gets into this territory. Because
okay, that's nice.
So I was like 15 years old. Hillary caught Vince Fauster trying to be whistleblower. Vince Fauster was his lawyer. And so she take like old musket off the wall of the White House and she made decapitations of him. So Chelsea and I like cleans this up. Okay, so I have like this Illuminati award. This is Claus Jr. Illuminati award. Just so you know what you will win. Here's like some drive. This is the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop. Some almonds for you.
Almonds.
And there's like crystal. Oh yeah. And this crystal has a genie inside this. So the best blaming of Russia for the Reichstag crime is the first category, and the nominees are Hillary killing Vince Foster in the White House. I was there for this, very good. And then they asked her about this, and she goes, "This Russia disinformation." LBJ killing John F. Kennedy with the Italian mafia, and he blamed Lee Harvey Oswald and Russia. He goes, Lee Harvey Oswald, Russia, I don't know. You have to watch this guy. But he did this. He ordered this with Allen Dulles and George H.W. Bush. If you fly to D.C. tomorrow, you land in Dallas Airport for this. Hillary losing the 2016 election despite rigging the Diebold machines, 8%. She summed the scale 8%. She says, Russia. It's not that I'm not popular and decapitation, my lawyer. The best blaming of Russia for Reichstag crime, Hunter Biden's sex tape and snuff film made by Claus Schwab Jr. Even CNN said that this was Russia. It's so hilarious. And the Illuminati award goes to Hunter Biden laptop. Oh, well, because I was producer, I will accept this award for you. So the best, the next Illuminati award is the best crime against humanity with no persecution. Larry Silverstein for making the great 9/11 cover-up and getting 2 insurance claims for this. The certificate of vaccine identification 2019. I mean influenza. I'm sorry. The common cold. No. The jabby jab. Yeah, the justification for the jabby jab. A certificate of COVID-19. So number 3, the Tuskegee experiment for untreated syphilis in the Negro male of 1972 by the United States Public Health Service and Centers for Disease Control Prevention. Number 4, Operation Iraqi Genocide. Operation Iraqi Freedom. So on the winner for this is a certificate of vaccine ID because this is a crime in progress. Hooray! Yes, Illuminati Award. Justification for the jabby jab. Yay! The best snuff film is the 3rd category. Frazzle Drip is number 1 with Huma Abedin and Hillary Clinton. You can find this on the darknet. Video AV 135-128-85 on Hunter's laptop, produced by Claus Jr. Boner Day 782 on Anthony Wiener's laptop featuring Huma Abedin. A 1981 class of Skull and Bones on VHS where George H.W. Bush makes the great killings there in the snuff film. And the winner is Frazzle Drip. Yay, Frazzle Drip. Yay, off the darknet. That's the Illuminati Award.
Oh, shit. Is that it? Hey, Klaus.
Yes.
I'm still not 100% if you're really Klaus Schwab's son, but you're very entertaining. That was very funny. This was all satirical. I love it, man. You had me rolling, dude. I could have gone on for hours. Tell people where they could find you on Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram at Claus Schwab Jr. I make a slight association. It's embarrassing for me to say this, but I'm associated with like kind of loser man. His name is Erich Hollenbach, but he is my intern. But I will do his like dog and pony show in New Jersey at the Comedy Dojo on the great September 11th of 2022 for you. So yes, I have, if I can make plugins of the erichhollenbach.com/calendar, there's like performance, every now and then you have to throw a plugging for your slave. But yes, I will say this. But yeah, at Claus Schwab Jr. on Instagram, you can contact me there.
You're fucking hilarious, man. I love you. I'll see you soon.
Okay, Herr Bravos. Thank you for this. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
The Jiu-Jitsu Dojo is the ultimate training ground for life. Jiu-Jitsu will accelerate the evolution of your being, your consciousness, your soul. Through this amazing art, you will prove to yourself that you can master anything you set your mind to.
Happy birthday, Eddie Bravo.
I leave for Brazil tomorrow.
Are you the Fear Factor guy?
I'm like 6 pounds over. Time to sweat it out.
Just imagine someone that has no idea how different your game is.
I'll tell you what this weekend was, man. It was a culmination point where all your hard work comes to like one great moment in time. You showed that you're a fucking champion, guy who goes against convention. You created your own shit and figured interesting ways to get around problems in jiu-jitsu. And shows you that great things are possible if you work hard, if you dedicate yourself, and you use your creativity, and you push through. Your own human potential just goes up.
My 10th Planet Association has grown rapidly to over 70 academies worldwide, and their curriculums are all synced to 10th Planet headquarters located in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Eddie Bravo. I hope to see you on the mats.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake.